Welcome to the Scrap Hoarders collaboration series. There are 12 crafters in this collaboration, and for the next 3 weeks we are going to show you our ideas on how to use some scraps. We all have tons of scraps from our card making and other paper crafting, and this week we are going to show you how we use some of those scraps to make embellishments of all kinds. In the following weeks we will be making tags and bookmarks and cards. At the top of the description box, you will find the link to the next person in the lineup. I hope you take the time to watch all 12 videos. And as always, we love your comments and thumbs up. And if you aren't already a subscriber, we hope you will consider subscribing and click on the little bell so you won't miss the next volume of the Scrap Hoarders series. You can also use hashtag Scrap Hoarders to find all of our videos. Some of us might be offering prizes on our channels, so be sure to pay attention for the details. And at the end of this 3-week series, we will have 3 grand prize winners drawn from those that watched and commented on all 12 videos each week. The grand prize drawings are open internationally. Check the description box for all of the details. Here are some photos of the prize packs that will be offered. This is prize pack 1. This is prize pack number 2. All of these prize packs are designed by MHKDesigns. MHKDesigns is the sponsor of our hop. These include some beautiful images and some beautiful pattern papers. And this is prize pack number 3, which features these beautiful flowers and some beautiful pattern papers. All 3 of these prize packs are gorgeous. And in addition, I will also be giving a prize away, but you'll have to listen to my video to hear the details on how you can be eligible to be entered to win the prize drawing that I will be offering. So this week our focus is on embellishments. Embellishments include the little added touches that you put on a card just to make it pop. This is also known as ephemera. And here you can see that I have some examples of some embellishments that I created prior to filming this video. I wanted to have some to show you that you could get an idea of where I'm going with my video and what are some examples of some things that I'm going to show you. I rely heavily on my die cut shapes to form the base of my embellishments, and I use recycled cardboard, including cereal boxes. This is a package insert from a craft product. If you look at it real close, it looks just like a wood grain. There's also things here in my scraps from different cards that I've made or different paper packs that I have trimmed down in order to create cards. So I'm just going through this right here just to give you an idea. I also use flowers, paper flowers. These are store-bought, but still using them helps me just make my projects feel complete. So I also wanted to show you my second box of scraps that I have. This is just my small box. Any one of us who have been making cards or paper crafts for a long time will basically be able to relate to the never-ending pile of scraps. And you have to decide which ones you're going to keep and which ones you're going to pitch. I try to get rid of mine after a while, but recently I just haven't had a chance to go through it that much, so I have quite a bit to choose from for this project. I'm going to go a little bit fast forward and speed things up on this video in the interest of time, considering that there are 12 different collaborators, and I know you want to get to all those videos. Here I'm just showing you what I did in advance of filming. I took my little die cut shapes and I cut out different pieces from my scraps, and I used a variety of die cut shapes, not just circles and squares, but irregular sizes, flower shapes, label shapes. I just used a lot of different types of shapes in order to come up with my ephemera or embellishments. With Father's Day right around the corner, I'm going to be creating a embellishment for my husband's Father's Day card. And I do use a lot of foam tape, so that's what I was showing you here. I used two different kinds of adhesive. I used Beacon 3-in-1, which is what I'm using right here, and sometimes I'll switch out for art glitter glue. The Beacon 3-in-1 is a really great adhesive. It gives you a really long time to sort of zhuzh your paper and get it to the point where you want it to be straight. So that's what's one of the great benefits of the Beacon 3-in-1. I have some stamps here that are from a Father's Day stamp set, and I basically stamped those out and colored them ahead of time, and I fussy cut those with my Scan and Cut, and I'm going to use them here on this embellishment. I used a die that says husband, and I die cut that out with foil cardstock in silver. I took a scrap from my stash. It's like a charcoal colored paper, cut out a banner, and these are sticky dots. They're from Thermoweb. They're basically micro dots that you can go ahead and put your very intricate sentiment down on, and then peel it up, and it becomes sticky on the back. And it's repositionable when you first are positioning your sentiment. It took me a while to get this straight, and it's a great product to have on hand when you're doing sentiments. So that's going to go on my little embellishment first. I'm going to use some foam to pop this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in and put the different tools around the word sort of in a reef format. It takes me a little bit to figure out a layout that's pleasing to me, so I sped this process up a little bit just so that you're not sitting there watching me agonize over the correct placement. I used dots to pop these up, foam dots. And I like the way this looks. I like the look of the shiplap background. And that was a scrap that came from a package. And I like the black background. I think this is going to look really nice on my husband's Father's Day card. I hope he likes it. I think the little tools are just adorable. You'll see that I'm using these really tiny foam dots. Then I switch over to this other product. It's actually little skinny foam strips that are by Doris. Perfect for the handles on these tools. I was super glad that I had this product on hand as I'm, completing this project. You have to pardon the interruption here. I was getting a message I had to respond to. Finally, putting a little bit of that real skinny, I guess you call it super skinny, foam tape onto this hammer. This is the last tool to go on the embellishment. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a close-up so you can get a better look at it. Of all the embellishments that I made, this is probably my favorite one. It has such great dimension, and that stamp set really lends itself well. And the foil word husband Just really pops, I think. I hope my husband likes it when he gets his Father's Day card, and hopefully he will get a kick out of all the little tools located on this embellishment. This will go directly on his card, which I haven't created yet, but it'll probably fit in with the theme of that embellishment. Okay, next I'm going to pick one of the die cuts that have sort of an irregular border around it. I'm not going to grab the rectangles or the circles or the ovals. I'm going to go with this. This reminds me of a flower shape. But what I did was I had a piece of card stock that I had used Distress Oxide inks, and I had ink blended a background. But I never ended up using this portion of it. So what I did was I went ahead and I die cut it using this die, and I'm going to go ahead and use this for my next embellishment. In the interest of time, I am going to speed this up because it's basically repeating the same process that I just did with my husband's, and instead of using like tools and stuff, I'm using words for embellishment and flowers. My embellishments pretty much are very much similar. I took the die cuts, I used my pattern papers or my papers that I ink blended myself, and then from there I put them onto my recycled cardboard, which is just cereal boxes, and that made a nice sturdy base, nice thick base. I used my foam tape to pop the sentiments up, and then I would find other types of embellishments. This piece here is actually watercolored background paper that I did not use, but I think it makes a really awesome embellishment. When this one is said and done, it's probably my second favorite after the one that I made for my husband. That one I looked for a sentiment that would be pretty generic that you could use on any card, and I found this hello sentiment. So I was able to get that adhered, and then I took some little gems or rhinestones and I put them around the embellishment. This sticky dot paper is really fantastic, and I don't know if you can notice it or not, but the paper that I'm using there, it's a holographic mirror paper. It's beautiful. It really is highly reflective, and because it's holographic, it gives off all different kinds of colors. I think this one I also decorated with a butterfly, not only with the word and the little rhinestones, but also I took it up a notch and put a butterfly on this. These are just little gems, the kinds you get at the dollar store, and I think I just put 3 of those down. Those are purple, and there's the butterfly. And I put a little gem on the butterfly's back just to make it like sparkly, just like the rest of the card is. And I was going to put some Nuvo drops, but then I didn't, which I'm glad I didn't, because it probably would have ruined the butterfly. Just because I found that this Winka Stella was a better substitute. It's not as heavy as a Nuvo drop, and you can just paint it onto the paper. I slowed the video down here so you can see how I'm using this Winka Stella to just brush the iridescent sparkly water. It's basically just like a water base, almost like watercoloring. It is almost like a watercolor brush, and just going in brushing that on to the butterfly, not only the wings but also the body of the butterfly and the little antenna. I basically covered it over the entire butterfly to make it nice and sparkly. Here I'm going to get it up closer to the camera. Just give me a second to get into the camera. And getting there. There we go. You can see how that shines and sparkles. And I'll try to get a better shot of that. It's hard sometimes on the camera to get a good shot of that, but it is really sparkly. Okay, folks, we're getting near the end of my video. I'm going to speed things up so that you can get moving on to the next person on the hop. Here I have some really pretty yellow flowers, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to put them on this. It's an irregular shape. I don't know what you would call it. It just reminds me of a flower shape. I'm trying to get it so that it doesn't look too lopsided, and trying to figure out the right color as well. And that's really how it is when you're working on your embellishments. It's just a process of trying different things and seeing what catches your eye. I decided the yellow flowers were too matchy-matchy and went with the purple ones instead. And this will make a really nice embellishment on a thank you card. You can take your Wink Estella over your paper flowers, and that gives them that iridescent sparkle. And that's what I did with this embellishment. So I've got a couple made here, and I just wanted to show you what they turned out to look like. I'm going to arrange them onto this clipboard for the ease of being able to show them to you. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you like it. I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope that you'll check out all the other people that are on this hop and do the same thing for them. If you would like to be entered and to win the prize that I'm giving away, which is a mystery prize, make sure you mention below, what do you do with your scraps? Let me know, and I'll enter you in to win a mystery prize pack from me. My prize is open to U.S. residents only. Thanks, and we'll see you back here next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.